You can have a stable job, you can have a stable or steady income, and a life that looks completely fine on paper, but you can still feel like something isn't right anymore. That's a part that no one's particularly talking about. Because the moment you start thinking about wanting more income, more flexibility, a different way of working, there tends to be a voice that pops up. And the voice says things like, I should be more grateful. Other people have it worse than I do. Maybe I'm expecting too much, as if we're greedy or something. But what if that feeling isn't greed at all? What if it's actually awareness? See, there's a quiet tension a lot of people experience in midlife, but don't always say it out loud. On one hand, life is stable. You've built something, you have income, you've done what you were supposed to do, it feels. But internally, something feels off. Not dramatically wrong, just no longer aligned. And the confusing part is that nothing's technically broken, which makes it even harder to explain why it doesn't feel right. I've gone through this. Okay. On the outside, everything looked stable, but internally, work started to feel heavier. Not because it was harder, but because it no longer felt aligned with where I was in my life. And that's when the questions started showing up. Do I want to keep doing this for the next 10 to 15 years? Is there another way to earn that actually fits how I live right now? See, it's important questions. I started wanting something different, something more aligned with my values, more supportive of my energy. And yes, something that could eventually create more income in a way that made sense for the stage in my life. But almost immediately, the guilt followed. Do I even deserve more? Should I just be grateful for what I have and just keep going? That internal conflict is real. Here's what I've come to understand: wanting more in midlife isn't about greed, it's about awareness. Earlier in life, income is mostly about building. You're establishing yourself, you're progressing. But at this stage, something shifts. You start looking for income differently, not just as something you earn, but as something that supports how you actually want to live. There's more meaning behind it. You start asking better questions. Does this support my energy? Does this give me flexibility? Does this create options for the future so you can continue building? There aren't, these aren't greedy questions. These are reflective questions. And here's the part that really changed things for me. Wanting more doesn't always mean wanting more money. Think about that in the way that the average person assumes. A lot of time it means wanting better, better structure, better balance in life, better alignment. For me, it wasn't about chasing more just for the sake of it. It was about having more control over my time, reducing the dependency on one source of income, creating something that felt sustainable for the long term. That's not greed. That's design. That's trying to design it. And midlife is often when people start thinking more intentionally about how they want life to actually work. The challenge is when we ignore that awareness, it doesn't just go away. It sits there in the background. And over time, it's like it's fermenting. It can turn into frustration, feeling stuck, or even feelings of regret. Because the real question isn't, do I need more income? It's, do I want more options? And options are what create flexibility at this stage of life. What helped me was shifting out of pressure and into exploration. Instead of trying to figure everything out at once, I started asking questions. I'm exploring. Examples. What could I explore without risking everything? What could I test in a small way, a manageable way? What actually feels interesting to me right now? This isn't about you trying to please other people or get to a place in life where you're trying to please other people still. We're over that. What actually feels interesting to me right now in the place that I am right now? Because curiosity leads to clarity, and clarity comes from movement, not from overthinking. I'm still in the process myself. I'm building something that feels more aligned, more flexible, more sustainable, and I'm sharing what I learn as I go. So if you've been feeling this, you're not alone. And you're not wrong for wanting something different. If you want a simple place to start, I put together a free clarity guide. It walks you through how to start making sense of what more actually means for you without pressure, without overwhelm. It's just a very easy and simple guide that'll walk you through it. And you'll find the link below. Okay. It's there to help you. It helped me. It's kind of how I started figuring things out. All right. So click the link, look at it, take your time, reflect. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear, what's been coming up for you lately, what you might be going through, just anything that I could potentially help with. And don't forget, before you end the video, subscribe for more help, for more videos, for more assistance on figuring out your next step.